The bodies of hundreds of Russian airborne troops killed in the war in Ukraine have been sent to the city of Ussuriysk in the Primorsky Krai region of Russia. The images have been shared on social media. Ussuriysk has its own atmosphere. Today, the servicemen of the 83rd Separate Guards Air Assault Brigade returned to their home harbor. Life in the body sorting room is in full swing, and the work is in full swing. Each body needs to be packed and taken to its address in Primorsky Krai, the commentary to the video reads. All of the soldiers are said to be soldiers from the 83rd Guards Airborne Assault Brigade of the Russian Armed Forces. The soldiers of this brigade are fighting on various fronts, including in the Kursk region of Russia. They are also said to have participated in the massacres that took place in the city of Bucha, Kiev region, in the early days of the war. It should be noted that this is not the first time that hundreds of bodies of soldiers have been brought to a Russian city at the same time. Russia's actual losses are almost certainly substantially higher than open-source data can reveal. Russia has lost over 850,000 troops in Ukraine since February 24, 2022, according to the latest figures by the General Staff of Ukraine's Armed Forces. While Ukraine's figures do not specify killed or wounded, the overall consensus is that it includes dead, wounded, missing, and captured. For comparison, the UK suffered 750,000 military casualties during the 6 years of World War II.
Ussuriysk. Март 25-го года. Парни, ВДВшники, возвращаются домой. Это жесть.
Ukrainian armed forces have struck Russian military installations in the occupied territories of Kherson and Donetsk regions with cluster munitions using HIMARS rocket launcher system and killing a large number of Russian servicemen. On March 4, as a result of the joint operation by the Tavria Operational Strategic Grouping of the Ukrainian Armed Forces and the fighters of the 14th Separate Regiment, a Russian military training ground was intercepted and targeted in the occupied territory of Kherson region. The training ground, identified by drone operators, was struck with cluster munitions with the use of the HIMARS rocket launcher system. As a result, at least 30 Russian military personnel at the training ground were killed. A vehicle in the area was also destroyed. On March 5, an area with Russian military personnel and military equipment was struck in the direction of the city of Pokrovsk in eastern Donetsk region. The occupiers and a tank in the area were destroyed by the cluster munitions. Footage has circulated of the graves of soldiers who died in the war in Ukraine near the city of Artyom in Russia's Primorsky region. As can be seen from the footage taken by local residents, the graves of soldiers who were buried during the 3 years of the war have been neglected and many of them have already collapsed. It is also noteworthy that the cemetery is untidy. Some 41 people have been reportedly taken to the front from prisons in the area. Residents who are dissatisfied with what happened say that the dead soldiers are being treated disrespectfully and in a sarcastic tone, thanked Russian President Vladimir Putin for a happy future.
Вон, короче, это в Колесах, город Артем, село Кролевцы. Даже трафареты не поиздирали у пацанов.
Да все вот это какая это получается 30-32, это знаешь что, это, видать, это нахуй, ну, блядь, это, да это пиздец.
Да это номеровка все. Короче, пацаны все СВОшники с лагеря, там с 20-ки, 47-й, 48-й, походу, кого забирали. Все походу погибли, короче, плюс-минус в один день. Ну там, ну есть 15, есть 13 числа. Даже не поставили, чисто так позабрасывали, нахуй. Вон они тоже, нахуй. Вот троим, нахуй, могилка. Вот двоим. Трешка, двушка. Там, ну это уже, походу, самые... А, это за 23-й год уже. Короче, пацаны, 41 человек, нахуй, полегли. И их просто вот так побросали, нахуй. Просто вот так вот. Даже трафареты не поздирали, говорю. Реально трафареты не содранные.
А вот, блядь, вот, видать,
Вот
недавно,
с одного,
вот
нахуй,
вообще.
содрали.
Слышишь? Вот сзади тебя свеженький, и вот свеженький, вот зимой.
Да я так, ну, это да, это вот крайний. Вот этот крайний. Там даже 12-е. А, 21-12. Ну вот прям перед Новым годом. Пацаны Новый год не встретили нихуя. Втроем, короче.
А по трое так, в одну яму, короче.
Вот так вот, нахуй.
В одну яму кидают.
Спасибо Владимиру Владимировичу за наше счастливое будущее, нахуй.
A demonstration in support of Ukrainian servicemen held in Russian captivity has been staged in front of the U.S. Embassy in capital Kiev, Ukrainian media reported. The participants of the demonstration demanded that the captured servicemen be exchanged on the principle of all for all without any prior agreement. The protesters said that there can be no talk of any agreement without the return of the prisoners of war. An agreement between the parties can only be signed after the return of the servicemen to their homeland. The participants of the demonstration held banners with slogans, "Release Ukrainian prisoners." USA is a great country. You can do it, no deals without freedom of UA POWs, ready for peace? Bring back POWs first, Russia hides Ukrainian prisoners of war. It should be noted that this is the first protest staged in front of the U.S. Embassy in Kyiv since U.S. suspended military assistance to the country.
Not just in words, but also in his actions. Thank you. І тому від всіх присутніх і далеко не всіх присутніх, тому що дуже багато родичів військовополонених,